We continue to move through the standing postures with Trikonasana A, or Uttita Trikonasana, or triangle pose. So from Samasthiti, inhale, we step the right foot back, and we reach the arms to the side. And as we exhale, we pivot the right toes towards the back and move into the posture. I'm going to stop here and break this part down a little bit more. So the distance between the 2 feet is approximately the length of one leg. So it's like you imagine the length of one leg, and that's how wide the feet should be, approximately. And then you can have the heel in line with the arch of the left foot. So you're just standing on one line. And the feet should be rooting down into the mat. So all of these standing postures is such an awesome opportunity to really strengthen our connection to the ground and really feel into this connection so that as we move through the practice, we have this sense of groundedness and stability. So all of these standing postures, starting from the ground up, feeling the 4 corners of each foot, pressing down and away from each other. And that action of pressing them away from each other really helps us stabilize through the whole body. So you're pressing this right foot down and forward, or towards the back of the mat, and this left foot down and back, especially through the outside edge of the foot. It's easy to forget about the outside edge, and that foot starts to fall asleep. So actively pressing it down and back. And then you could also even micro bend the knees in all of these standing postures. So little. I'm micro bending my knees now, and you probably can't even tell. But it allows the energy to continuously flow through the legs instead of locking the knees out, can create a tendency of the energy getting stuck as it moves up along the legs, getting stuck in the knee joints. And it also kind of can create some pain in the knee joints or in the joints in general if you just lock them out and then bear weight. But microbending the knees allows you to strengthen around the joint to protect the joint. So we're here, inhaling, and already as we begin to exhale into it, we're pressing the feet down and away from each other and microbending the knees. And sometimes I like to lift this right arm to just create some space through the right side of the torso, through the right hip. As you exhale, you're pressing down and you're reaching towards the back of the mat. So you're creating space along the torso and using that strength of the legs to support you already from this point as you move into the posture. So you're lengthening as you move in. And then as you start to bring this right hand towards the floor, allow the left side of the pelvis to drop down towards the floor. So this will allow you to not kind of create you're not like forcing the the pelvis to fold in this direction, which isn't very natural. You want to kind of give it some space by allowing this left side to fold down. The hand can either come onto a block, if you have tighter hamstrings, and bringing the hand down is starting to cause, if you're bringing the hand all the way down and the torso is starting to collapse forward, then lift the torso a little bit and place the hand on the block so that you can keep the torso over the right leg. Another option is to put the hand on the shin, or the conventional norm at the moment is to catch the big toe. You could also, which I like to explore at times, is to bring the hand to the floor. I like this because it allows to keep the hand directly over the shoulder. Depending on my stance, it's a little wide right now, but sometimes reaching the big toe brings the hand in front of the shoulder, and sometimes that causes me to bring the shoulder towards the ear. So bringing the hand underneath the shoulder just helps to really roll that shoulder back and down. So once you have that bottom hand established, you reach the left arm up, and this is your Trikonasana. So you continue to press the feet down, and this left hip, we rolled it forward, we rolled it down a little bit to come into the posture. But once you're in the posture, you want to activate the external rotators through the legs. So you feel through the hips. So you feel the thighs rolling back and down. And so what that's going to create this action of, it feels like you're bringing the sit bones in towards each other. At the same time, you drop the tailbone back towards the left heel. And both of those actions of rolling the thighs back to feel like you're bringing the sit bones towards each other and dropping the tailbone towards the left heel It's going to feel like you have a lot more space to lengthen the spine out of the pelvis and reach the crown of the head towards the right toes. And the neck is relaxed. You can either gaze up if the neck has space towards that left hand. If that's too much strain on the neck, gaze somewhere to the side. And again, roll the shoulders away from the ears, draw the lower belly in. And so you have this position where you feel like you're reaching out in all directions through all four limbs. You're pressing both feet down and away from each other, and you're reaching both hands away from each other. And so you feel the stability through the legs and that lengthening through the spine that feels effortless. Good. And then you come back out on an inhale by pressing the feet down even more. Exhale as you pivot the feet and move into the left side for 5 breaths on each side. And so again, I'm feeling the feet rooting down and away from each other, feeling the thighs rolling back towards, so that you feel like the sit bones are moving towards each other as you reach the tailbone towards the back heel and the spine lengthens. So you feel, so that what that's creating is a longer spine without coming into this back bend. Keep the lower ribs drawn in, the lower belly drawn in, and then from there you find length. So you should feel all this like really lengthening and stretching. And then inhale to come out, bring the feet parallel to each other, exhale, back into Samasthiti. That's it.